Okie dokie. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Rewind That. It's your girl, Miss K. If this is your first time coming across my channel, welcome. Please be sure to subscribe if you like the vibe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload more videos like this one. Tonight, we are back for the rewatch series of Breaking Bad. We're on season 2, episode number 2, called Grilled, okay? Where does this title come from? I don't know. Maybe because Tuco seems like he was kind of grilling something. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, guys. Anyway, let me get my girl up in here, my partner in crime series, Mochi the
Hey.
Hammer. How you doing, babe?
What's up, girl? You started it. You started it, so you know I'm gonna go right down the road with you.
Oh yes, that's why I love you. I need people that's gonna give me that energy right back. Oh my gosh, I love it. Don't let me be crazy by myself now.
I'll go join you, and we will hold hands together doing it.
Yes.
Hey, GM.
Hey, G, my love. Rashawn's Greer, J Mac. What's up, y'all? So we're gonna get this, party started. Now, I'm just in the mood to snack. I don't really like to eat while I'm going live with y'all, but like I've just been in the mood. I was snacking on some chocolate on your channel earlier, right, Moochie?
Mm-hmm. I just snacked on some chocolate too.
Yeah, I had some chocolate. Now I got some little sour strawberry gummies. I'm gonna have to taste them. You're gonna have to try them out. Okay, so as you guys see, I'm giving my
sour gummies. That's all. It's just regular sour.
Yes, it's sour gummies. I never had them before. So I'm going to give my studio a break tonight, guys, because I just have so many things. I got my papers, I got my snacks, I got my drink. Like I need space, so I'm at my desk, which is it's always so freeing to be at my desk, but it doesn't have that studio look. But whatever, y'all. So let's get into it.
Please,
I'm very, 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 very comfortable. So let's get into it, y'all. So. Now,
see how
the
that
episode
car was bouncing up and down?
Yes, girl. I'm sorry, but it was giving sex. Like I'm not.
Yes,
even
it did. It was giving like, go ahead, girl, give it to me. Go ahead, girl.
Knocking your boots down. Somebody's rocking and knocking, child. So
they gave me, get it.
So, we're hearing the hydraulics in Jesse's car just going off, right? That's how the episode starts off. And surrounding the car is a bunch of shell casings, and we could see that, and bullets and stuff. We could see that Jesse's car has some bullet holes in it as well, as you can see in the picture. So if you've never watched this before, guys, you should be wondering at that time what the heck is going on and what the heck happened to Walter and Jesse. So that's when I'm going to bring it over to you, Moochie, and ask you, my first time watcher, what in the world was you thinking when you saw all this? Bullet holes all up and through Jesse's car. And we know that in the last episode, he was just taken away.
Look, he picked them up in there. I didn't know that. I thought it was the hydraulics just doing all of that. But I think they was shaking the car too, trying to get out.
Oh, that's what you was thinking?
Yeah. Once I saw they was in there. But before this, I was like, what the heck? I just thought it was the hydraulics. It was what's going on.
Got you.
That's what I was with it.
All right. Makes sense. Okay, so next, guys, we got Hank and his squad, and he's telling them that Tuco is on the run. So study the face, study the file, and get a big old raging hard on at the idea of catching this guy, right? They're so disgusting. He also tells them that he believes Tuco is a prime suspect in the disappearance of Crazy 8, given the history of how he deals with his rivals, because he was telling them that, back in 93, Tuco did this, and over in such and such, he did that, right? So 98, 93, whatever he was saying, he was basically just talking about the different M's that Tuco was committing and how he was also a part of a stabbing and this and that, or a jab. So Hank also lets it be known that Tuco has connections with the Mexican cartel, and he definitely does not want them problems. He's like, we know what goes on down there. Let it stay down there. They don't want them cartel problems. Okay. Hank ends off by telling the squad that they found No Dose's body in a junkyard along with Gonzo and a big old juicy fingerprint that matches Tuco's. Okay. So with all this evidence, he's pepping these guys up to find Tuco. Like, are we gonna find this guy? Let me get a heck yeah and all this. He's riling them up. And but when he leaves the room, he tells Gomi that they're not gonna find Tuco because he is basically in Mexico by now. Muchi, how did you feel about that whole thing? He's telling them, this whole scene pretty much.
I'm like, he don't even know that Walt is missing.
Right. No, he does know now.
No, I mean, he didn't really know yet like that. When he was doing the roll call thing, I don't think he knew like that yet. Like he's not putting that together yet anyway.
No, he said when he went out, he said he's going to have to take some time off because whatchamacallit called him this morning.
He's thinking it's the sickness though. Because remember, he's going through his whole chemo treatment. Right. I mean, that was what was in my mind.
But he knows that Walt is missing though. Right? But nobody knows. So at this time, he kind of went on with his day, went on with his work and the pep talk and all that, and letting them know what's on the agenda. But when they go outside, that's when he tells Gomi, like, I got to take some time off. And Gomi was like, during a manhunt? Like, what the heck? And he's like, yeah, Skylar called this morning or whatever and said that Walt is missing. And remember, like you were saying, well, Gomi thinks, well, you don't think nobody wants to say the word, but you know what they thinking, right?
They trying to think he either took himself out.
Yeah.
Or they think he might have just went somewhere and up somewhere and died.
Yeah.
Because remember, when he went through this, she was still, the reason why he's saying he disappears, he's saying he does it to be alone and to cry by himself and things like that.
Right. So, sorry, I should not be snacking because this is too sour, girl. You know what sour stuff does.
I know how you.
Like yes, that. It makes it mad watery and. So
I don't know how you eating that right now.
So he goes to the house where he answers where he sees Skylar answering some questions about Walt. Of course, there's another detective in there who's taking on the situation and he's helping out. So he goes over all the steps with her, right? With all the steps that took place before Walt went missing. And then she asks about the phone call. You know what I mean? And oh man, that phone call thing, we're going to talk about that in a minute. She's thinking that this could be important because when the phone rang, Walt just looked at it and didn't answer, but then he left shortly after. And all I'm thinking right now, Muchi, before you say anything, is the poor Skylar, right? As annoying as she could be, she really is going through a lot of things these days. Like she's going through a lot, especially somebody that's pregnant. She tells the detective that she called all their credit card providers because he's like, is there anything else that you can tell me? And she's like, no, I called all the credit card providers to see if there was any recent activities. She also checked with every hospital within 50 miles, every police station, and every morgue. And she was telling him this to basically say, I did all that. Now, what the heck are you going to do? You know what I'm saying? She's like, I was hoping that you had something else because you're the freaking expert. So how did you feel while you was watching this scene with them, just them gathering everything?
She did more the detective work than they did.
Right.
She knew that none of his credit cards was used. So it's like she's really thinking that he basically took a dirt nap.
Yeah. They say the wives will make good detectives. You know how it is.
Talk about it. They be telling them themselves leaving.
We go through everything,
changing up their routine.
Yes, we clock, okay? So get them women detectives on your team. And that's the thing. And she kind of you could tell that she was being a little bit snappy. But she was trying not to be, but I didn't blame her because it's like, how are you asking? I'm telling you all this other stuff. Like, when are you going to get to work? Like, it was kind of stupid to me. Okay. So then she brings up the cell phone situation. So then Hank goes outside and he's like, listen, I ran that phone that she's talking about, but the call never happened, right? So then the other detective was like, second cell phone. So, we know that this is going to come up later on. So, that's that. Okay, so now right after he says second cell phone, we get to the scene where we see Tuco breaking up these cell phones and throwing them in the grass somewhere, right? Now in this scene, we also see that Tuco has Jesse and Walt in the trunk, right? In the trunk of Jesse's car. He has them get out of the trunk, and then while he has the machine on them, y'all know what the machine is, we're not gonna say it. He tells them to make their way inside of the house. So we're gonna talk about that a little later. So now, meanwhile, we got Skylar putting up missing flyers all over town with Marie's help, okay? And she's like, thank you so much, Skylar. You know what I'm saying? I mean, thank you so much, Marie. So Marie is like trying to comfort her. Marie trying to comfort in this episode was very weird. She should probably just keep her mouth shut because she wasn't the best at comforting, but she was like, he'll turn up, you know? So she also said the crazy thing about this is that Marie tries to bring up the tiara situation. And she was like, about the tiara thing, you know, and then she was still trying to lie about it though. And Skylar was like, not now, Marie, just not now. How did you feel about that when she was still, she brought up the tiara thing? Like, clearly, Skylar is not thinking about that. Clearly.
I wish she would have said, I know you freaking took it. But don't, like, stop lying.
Yeah.
I can't stand a liar, yo.
Me too. And the thing is, nobody's even talking about it.
I know you a klepto because you my sister. I know you probably used to take stuff off my dress and stuff.
The sad thing is, she didn't even ask. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. It's guilt. That was guilt talking.
Exactly.
GUILT.
Terrible.
You know? Shit. Oh,
she like, girl. She like, girl, please, just not right now.
On the phone.
Right. She like, girl, please, not now. Like, I have so much other things on my mind.
You know,
like,
I'm trying to look for my husband and make sure he ain't kicked the bucket. And you want to talk about some stolen tiara you took.
No,
just saying you didn't take it.
Yeah, then say, I just can't believe the gall. Or did she say the gall or the one of them words?
I want her to be like, I just want you to stop lying.
Please.
It's horrible how you lie.
So next we get back to Tuco's little hideout. And he gives Jesse and Walter some water, which they clearly needed, okay?
Yeah, they was sitting in that trunk all that damn time.
Right. And Walt with his lungs too. Sorry. Then he tells them to empty their pockets, okay? When he sees a picture of Walt's family, he says, yeah, I like doing business with a family man. There's always a lot of collateral. And of course, Walt didn't like that. And, you saw that on his face. Like, he just like, ooh, like he want to jump on him right now, So then it gets very interesting because Tuco tells them that the DEA hit up his place of business this morning and there's about 100 cops looking for him right now, right? And he asks Walt and Jesse if they've been talking. And of course they said no. So Tuco tells them that the DEA picked up his whole crew except for Gonzo. And he was like, don't you think that's weird? And Walt was like, yeah, that's weird. So long story short, Tuco is over here thinking that Gonzo was the one who gave him up, which was also odd to Walt and Jesse because they were under the impression that Tuco deleted Gonzo himself, okay? Which is why he thought, oh, they were next, remember? Like, he thought they were definitely next. They thought they were next. So while Tuco thinks Gonzo snitched on him, he doesn't even know that he's dead, okay? And then he was over there going crazy, Moochie, talking about I trusted him like a brother. I was good to him. I was good.
Yeah, because he trying to figure out who does the rat, and now he figure out it's really this person.
Yes, he's like, when I see him, I'm gonna gut him, I'm gonna skin him. I was like, what the heck? What does it say? Is it, look, and every time I hit him, it's gonna be like a lesson. You never trust the people you love. Let me tell you something. This guy right here, he is hilarious. I'm sorry. He had me cracking up in this episode. I'm sorry. And I feel like keeping us straight, the actors, Bryan Cranston and oh my gosh, I like the other guy and I forgot his name. I'm sorry, but the one that plays Jesse, for them to sit there having a straight face, even the uncle that's sitting there,
watching
being
TV, the old man,
and not nonverbal, but for this guy to be flipping out like this and they got to sit there and watch it without busting out laughing, it's admirable. Okay. Oh my gosh. Even that time when he was, I know I'm jumping, but because I'm not going to talk about it later. Remember when he was shooting at that bull or that cow or whatever out the window? And then he's laughing like, there's nothing left. Like,
you know he gets high off the meth.
yes.
This is why he's like this. He's like a loose cannon, this dude.
I would have been, if I was the actress, I would have laughed.
Jesse Pinkman, they do a good job with keeping character.
Oh yeah. I mean, they probably, I'm sure they had a few laughs. Because they had some bloopers that I saw before. I'm sure
it seemed like they have fun making this because I've seen Bryan Cranston's bloopers in I forgot that movie with Kevin Hart. When he shaved him, that whole thing was hilarious. That whole part of that movie, even though it was a serious movie, but that part was hilarious.
Yes. Michelle Wadler, hi, and Sinette Grayson.
Hi, Michelle.
My gosh. So I just couldn't stop laughing. I'm sorry. And the guy who plays him, I mean, he does a good job too. I don't know how many times he even laughs. Who knows? Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So Tuco's plan is to get Walt to Mexico, right? And set up a super lab way out in the jungle where they can cook 24/7. That's his plan. You're about to make buco bucks, Heisenberg, right? So Walt says, I'm not trying to upset you or offend you or whatever, but I have a family. I can't just uproot my life. But Tuco says, so you could just get another family. Like, he just really didn't care.
He's not even thinking of he's not thinking this whole thing through. Not long term, not even no plans. No. It's bad enough he already missing.
Mm-hmm. He don't care about Walt and his family or nothing, So, Moochie, can you talk about the part where Jesse, he decides that he thinks it's a good idea to try to convince Tuco to take a bump of that lace meth. This is the meth that has the ricin in it.
Yes. So they have that idea, but when he took it and he said, "This smells funny," when he said that, I said, "Oh man, I hope they don't get caught."
Mm-hmm.
But he seemed like he's so desperate to try their product, he gonna take a stab at it anyway.
Mm-hmm. But what happened? What turned him off?
The smell of it. Remember the smell of it, and I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The smell of it, and what else? Sorry.
He said it just looked different. He says something's not right with this. Like he was like, he's still to me. I think it was because of the drugs he used. He's paranoid about everything anyway. He said it stink.
He's when he first smelled it.
Yeah, he said
it turns him off. Yeah, it turns him off. Like, this smells like cheesehead or something. He said, and then they were talking. I think blah blah blah, and he heard what during his plan. He was just talking to Heisenberg about the plan to go to Mexico, this and that. He had no plans for Jesse. And so Jesse was like, yeah, I can't uproot my life either. And he was like, who's talking to you? Tuco saying that to Jesse. And Jesse was like, well, you're going to need me, this and that. I'm the one who made that, that new recipe. It's a part of the new recipe. We worked together and I made it. And then he said, and he was about to take the bump, even though it stunk, he was about to take it. But then Jesse kept talking too much. He should have just let him try it.
Yeah,
he kept talking too much, and he was like, it has a secret ingredient. So he stopped. Tuco stopped, and he was like, what's the secret ingredient? And he said chili powder. And that was that. He was like, I hate chili powder. And he put it down. So that was the reason why he stopped. And it was just like, oh my gosh, don't you know? Like, one thing is that sometimes talking too much can really, like, a lot of times talking too much can get people jammed up. And Walt was just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he's too extra with his mouth sometimes.
Yeah, because it was actually working, but no. Okay. So now after this, Tuco gets up and he tries to delete Jesse. He's like, okay, time to, I'm just gonna say take out the trash. Oh no, he said something else, right? So he tries to delete Jesse because he doesn't need him, or he doesn't see the purpose for having him around, right? But of course, Walt stands up and he tells Tuco that Jesse is his partner and he needs him. Okay. So he's like, if he doesn't go, I don't go. And that's when Tuco tells Walt that his cousins are going to be here by sunset to smuggle them back. And if you don't get in that truck, you'll be dead. And then he turns to Jesse and he's like, you better hope that there's room enough for you in the daggone trunk. Okay. So, Tuco is definitely strong arming Walt in this situation. He basically gives him no freaking choice. It's like, I'm on the run and I have this great cook. No problem. I have this great cook with me. And so I'm going to go down to Mexico with my people and my connections, and I'm taking him with me. I'm abducting him and I'm taking him with me because the money is not going to stop, you know? And so that's really crazy to me. How do you feel about that? Like, him just strong arming him against his will, taking the cook.
I think this is going to force him to do something, because it seems like whenever Walt get pushed to a corner, that's when he comes out fighting.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is not a good idea right now. He has nothing to lose. He doesn't care about, he cares about his family. But I'm sure he's like, if this happens to me, my they'll probably get more out of it if something like this happens.
Yeah.
And he feels like he don't have nothing to lose.
You're right. You cannot back him into a corner. It's not a good idea. So next we have Skylar. Thanks to Marie, actually. Skylar finds out that Walt has a second cell phone. I don't know why the heck. Look. I'm not going to sit here and say, even though I want to say, why the heck would Hank tell Marie this?
Is that the one he found under the car, like? Remember when he went and searched went to Walt's car? Was that when he found that there?
I think Walt. Remember Walt? Oh my gosh, girl! There's a freaking. I knew that was gonna freaking happen. Shoot! I'm sorry. It's a bug. It's a stink bug. It's flying all around. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so remember, he has the cell phone with him, and I think that was the phones that Tuco was breaking up and throwing in the grass. Because remember, when Skylar was explaining to the detective what did Walt have on him, she said cell phone and stuff or whatever. So now, she finds out that Walt has a secret, because she's like, what do you mean a second cell phone? So of course, the first question that Skylar asked was, is Walt having an affair? And Marie was like, Walt, please, you know what I mean? Like, they really don't think that Walt has it in him to do anything bad or rebellious. You know what I'm saying? As far as they're concerned, he's just a square, and a boring guy. Most he did is marijuana, right? So Marie, she's like, she comes up with this thing that Walt must be hooked on marijuana and he owes his dealer and stuff, right? The dealer a lot of money. And so because of this, Hank goes to Jesse's parents' house looking for him. Now, here's the thing, right? When it comes to, like I was saying, she's been very terrible at comforting her sister. She says, I think it's good that they didn't find him by now, right? Because he, right, if something was going on, like basically saying if he was dead, there would be a smell. Like, she's not helping. She's not really putting Skylar at ease, and then Skylar tries to ignore her and she says, what about the second cell phone, right? I mean, Skylar was like, what about I mean, there has to be something else. And that's when Marie said, what about the second cell phone? So even with this situation, when she brings up the marijuana, saying maybe he got so addicted to it and everything, and now he owes the dealer a lot of money, she's not like,
well, weed?
Yeah, that's what Skylar was saying. She was like, you don't get addicted to weed like that. And she's like, weed and chemo go hands in hand and this and that. But the point is that she's not giving Skylar any comfort. She's just creating these worst case scenarios. And it's just like, girl, shut up. In this situation, I don't think I would be able to be around this chick. Like, I can't. There's certain people that you can't be around, especially when you're already going through stuff in your head and you're probably already thinking the worst. You know how you got certain people that you gotta get away from, Moochie. So yeah, she's one of those people, like in a crisis or anything that's happening, and you know that the person is gonna make everything seem worse or basically agree with the thoughts that you already have in your head that you're trying to fight off. You need to stay so far away from them. So now, like I said, Hank, he goes to Jesse's parents' house and he didn't want to go. You know what I'm saying? But Marie, she was Marian, you know what I'm saying? She was like, you need to go, because he was saying that this is basically grasping at straws. And she was like, well, then get the grasping. Okay. So when Hank gets to Mrs. Pinkman, she tells him that she hasn't heard from Jesse and she honestly doesn't know where he is, right? Like, she hasn't seen him in over a month and she doesn't expect to. And she was kind of looking at him sideways, like, oh my gosh, like, are you a cop? You're not being very forthright. And she just wasn't really trusting him. And he was like, yes, I'm with the DEA and all that, but I really don't care what your son did. I'm not here on official, business or nothing. I just want to know what happened to my my brother-in-law. So do you have any did you want to say anything, because you look very, very distracted?
She seemed like she's very worried. No, she seems like she's very worried about about him, but she knows what he's into. So she's like, you know how a parent is, it's just a matter of time before I get this kind of visit. So she don't seem surprised. Like, she seems worried, but she seems like, what he's doing, this is to be expected.
Yeah. And she also, you see how she went into protective mode too? Like, should I get a lawyer? Like, she's like, I'm not about to sit and answer no questions. She's like, is my son in trouble? And all of that. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'm sorry. Like,
that's okay. But I just, when he talked to her, he was trying to get whatever information, but she don't really have no information because Jesse has not been living there for a while. So they know very little, other than, he came here like a month ago and he slept for a couple of days and then he left. So she has no information because she really don't know nothing about Jesse. She's concerned though.
Yeah. She concerned, and I like how she was like, I'm not about to I'm not about to tell you nothing. You better, do I need a lawyer? I'm not telling her my son. Sure, even though she know her baby is into stuff. She ain't like Famous's mom. How about that? Crazy. So next, back at the little whatever this hideout place is, in the middle of the freaking desert. As Tuco cooks some food, Walt gets on Jesse about him bringing up the chili powder ingredient. He's like, I already let you know that the use of chili powder was moronic, so why would you bring it up now, right? And Jesse says, at least I tried something and it almost worked. But you messed up by taking... Yeah. But you messed up by taking my blicky, you know what I'm saying? And then leaving it at your house. So while they're going back and forth, the news is showing No Dos and Gonzo, right? And it's in Spanish and everything. And before Tuco could see it, Walt turns the TV off.
Yeah, that was smart.
Yeah. So Jesse, and thankfully Tuco had his back turned. So Jesse says, I don't get it. If Tuco didn't delete Gonzo, then who did? And Walt says, I don't know, and it doesn't matter. But if Tuco finds out that Gonzo is dead and not a police informant after all, who is he gonna blame? You know what I'm saying? Clearly it's gonna be us. So at this point, it's best for Tuco to keep believing that Gonzo is the snitch. And they're saying all this in front of Tuco's uncle, who can't speak, and they're not sure if he can hear either, because what did he do, Moochie? He got up and before they started talking, Walt walked over like snapping. It was all snapping in his face. I don't even think he blinked.
Nah, he didn't. He's like, it looked like he's in a trance.
Yes. Oh my gosh, just sitting there.
Mm-hmm.
So Walt says we need to come up with a plan, okay? And when Jesse says that they should just bum rush Tuco and crack him over the head, Walt thinks it's ridiculous, okay? So Jesse was like, listen, you got the C-bomb, which means you should be sacrificial and ready to jump on a grenade since you're gonna die soon anyway. I'm like, wow. And Walt was like, oh, so my life is not the priority since I'm gonna die soon anyway, right? So Moochie, can you talk about what wind up happening, like the plan going forward? What was the plan? Do you remember the plan? Because you know they want to take him out, so
they was gonna try to go for that gun, and well, actually,
no,
lure
not
him out.
yet.
Oh,
this is. Remember, they're gonna use the they're going back to the ricin. That's the plan.
So they're gonna try to make him use the meth again.
Yes.
I mean it. How can I say it? Walt is reluctant to do this, but Jesse's like, this is our only shot. We gotta try something again because they don't want to just sit here.
You're right. Like, you're right. You're talking about this is what Jesse was saying. That's what you're saying. He was saying we're gonna go for the gun, but Walt is thinking it's reckless. I'm sorry. So yeah, you're right about that. Go ahead.
Yeah, so
I didn't know. I didn't know you was going for like the exact thing, right? I thought
I thought
the ultimate plan. My bad.
Yeah, no. And then he was like, he said, you gonna go for this gun, and they already know Jesse can't fight. You know, this is not a good idea to me because I already see he seemed like he's like got superhuman strength on that meth.
Yeah,
like I'm like, I wouldn't try that.
No, sorry.
Not at all.
He too crazy. So the plan was, now that he's cooking, they sprinkled a little bit of the meth inside of his food, burrito, whatever that was. But Uncle Hector done saw it. And I'm sorry, his name is Hector. He saw it.
So what does he start doing? You better what? I can't even see. Wait, hold on. Let me make
you better eat every bite of it. Every bit of it. Because every bite. Because remember, he's thinking because his uncle is going ping, 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 because he's about to take a bite. And his uncle is trying to save him. Ping, 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 right?
But I don't think he can't talk. So
no, he can't. He's nonverbal. He can't speak anymore. So starts ringing the bell, and Tuco's like, no, Theo, you know the deal. I eat first and then you eat. I'm like, what kind of nonsense is that? That's first and foremost. What kind of nonsense is that? You have an elderly uncle and you eat before him? That's weird. Whatever. So he's like, you know the deal, I'll eat, but why bring him to the table then? You know what I'm saying? Why sit him at the table to watch all three of y'all eat before him? So anyway, neither here nor there. He is trying to warn him. He keeps on being annoying. Ding, 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 ding. So obviously he doesn't know what he wants. So he thinks that he wants the bigger burrito or whatever. So he switches the plate, and then the uncle knocks it off onto the floor. He was very pissed off. So as time goes on, you know, he's pointing, his finger was pointing at Walt and everything.
It was shaking.
Yeah. And then later on, he's ringing the bell as Tuco was over there shooting at the what was that, a bull or a cow or something? I guess he must have shot it to smithereens. And then the uncle like Tuco is asking him questions because he's kind of like grilling them, ice grilling them, right? And he's like, you don't like them, Theo, and this and that. So he's dinging, and so he's answering all the questions, the yes or no questions, with his little ding. So I think the one ding means yes, right? So anyway, comes to find out, he's telling them that he doesn't trust them. And they're like, he's like, what did you do to my Theo? Right? And so he said, so they're like, oh, we did change the channel on him, and which is, throwing the truth, right? They did change the channel. And he's like, is that what you did? Is that what they did, Theo? And he said, no. So that's when he brought Jesse outside, Moochie. Oh my gosh.
Dude, when he brought him outside, he was like, no, God, always.
Yeah. He's pleading for his life, okay? And, he's roughing him up, and he's like, what did you do? So as Jesse's pleading for his life, like I said, and he's saying, I don't want to die, Walt also sees Jesse digging for a rock in the sand. So that's when Walt says, we tried to poison you because you're an insane, degenerate piece of filth who deserves to die, right?
He turned into Heisenberg, yo.
Right.
That's his. Go
ahead.
When he did that, I knew that the war was gonna come out.
Mm-hmm.
That's the beast that be coming out, Heisenberg.
Mm-hmm. So when Jesse hits Tuco with the rock, because now he's distracted, because when Heisenberg said that, Tuco turned around like, what? And so he was distracted, and so that's when Jesse hits him with the rock. And like you said, Moochie, like they're literally tussling. You should have been kind of knocked the freak out. This dude still is tussling with Jesse like nothing happened. He's not woozy, nothing.
No, not yet. But you know what it is? He's so used to it. He has a high tolerance.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think once the adrenaline kicked in, that's when he started getting weak.
Because you know what happens, right? He Walt runs and gets the machine while Jesse and Tuco are tussling. And then, Jesse kicks him into the ditch, like, how you like it? How you like the way it feels and all this, right? And instead of Walt finishing him off, he says, let him bleed. Like, but then what?
I was like, I don't know why Walt, but you see, it's obvious that Walt is not okay. I'll double hockey stick.
Right.
Okay. Right. He's not. He's not good to this whole deletion thing. And not for nothing, he just started this profession, and this is the third body that's kind of like
linked to him.
Yeah.
Should
we, even though he did the thing with the car when he blew up the guy's BMW, that's not linked to him. Nobody knows he did that, but unless they go back and check cameras if they were there, but nobody knows he did that.
And nobody died, so it's not a big deal.
So it just looks like a douchebag just lost his car.
Yeah. And even Jesse too, he's not somebody that's, you know what I mean? Like he can't bring himself to delete somebody either. Because look, he's, as much as he hates Tuco, remember how Tuco beat him up? He's so scared of him, this and that. I'm pretty sure he took a lot of pleasure and got a lot of anger out when he was kicking him and stuff like that. But he can't bring himself to delete him. So even after this, when Walt walks away, he's like, let him bleed. They try to leave, but they realize they don't have the key. They get into the car. They don't have the keys. And it's Tuco has it.
I know.
Yeah.
And I don't understand.
Moochie, don't look into the comments. Don't look into the comments.
I'm not. He was already down in the they already kicked him down there. So I'm like, when they ran off, I'm like, this is why Walt should have finished him, because now he picked himself up out of that hole.
That was the next thing I was gonna say. I said don't look into the comments because somebody put a major spoiler in there. So no spoilers, please. Moochie has never seen.
I think somebody removed it already. Don't worry.
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. So So
I just left out the comments too. That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
because I started talking.
Yeah, you most likely don't be in the comments too much because I gotta make sure.
It happens.
Okay. Yeah, I got a safeguard for you this time.
I'm all right though. It's not a big deal to me like that.
To me, for the person that they was talking about, I don't want you to know that right now.
All right.
I want you to be surprised. I want you to be shocked.
All right, you want me to have fresh
yes. Come on now. So
look, I even moved away from the screen and took my glasses off, so I really can't see y'all.
You could just go into the private chat.
I'm good. I'm gonna sit here because then if I do something else, you're gonna say I'm not paying attention.
Oh, please. So, you know, they realize that they got the keys. I mean, that Tuco has the key. And meanwhile, girl, Tuco has climbed out of the ditch. This ninja got shot and everything, and he done climbed out of the freaking ditch. Like, yo, like you said, that stuff, he be on 100 with it. Like,
yeah, he's like the Terminator because he's on the meth.
Right. Or like Tony, you know, Tony Montana taking all them shots and still be like,
so you want to hit people with garbage cans.
Right. Don't look, Bushi.
I'm not, I can't see. I don't got my reading glasses on.
Oh my gosh, this person is such a jerk, yo.
Why? What?
Because they're literally coming back and like, I just banned them from the comments. Get the heck out of here. Kick rocks, you douchebag. Wow. If you just heard me say no spoilers, you idiot, don't come back in here with spoilers.
You like,
freaking pickle?
I can't see it anyway, so it don't matter.
Don't worry about it. I had a feeling. The funny thing about it is I had a feeling that this person, because I never seen them before. I just felt that energy from them. They wanted the bums. They wanted the YouTube bums. You know how they come through and they just passing through.
Yeah, he's probably a fat guy that sits in bed with his laptop all day.
Bum.
Smells like Limburger cheese.
Right. Get out of here, hot dog neck. Hot dog pack neck. I can't even get it. You know how they be having the rolls. Did you see that? No, we can't talk about that. All right, see. Okay, we're gonna get out of here in a minute. Okay, so stink. All right.
Well, we know what look.
They see an SUV coming down the road. That's what it was. That person that they done.
When they saw the car coming.
Yeah.
And they went to those pipes to hide behind the bricks or whatever.
Yes. They automatically think that it's the cousins.
I thought it was that. Yeah, that's what
and I thought it was the cousins. Like, the funny thing is,
I forgot about Walt's car.
I forgot about, like, when I was watching this again, I was like, oh shoot, the cousins. Right? But then it was Hank. It wound up being Hank because remember, he told Gomi to, you know, do him that favor with the situation, you know, find that car. Because after he left Pinkman's mom, he would ask her, are you still driving that car and everything? I mean, is your son still driving that car, whatever? And so that's when he asked him, can he please do that? Anyway, so he's like, oh, Jesse Pinkman, you know, you're a really hard guy to find. Because he had his head down. That's his Tuco. He has his head down. And then when he lifts up, he said, oh, shoot. Like, he realizing that this is Tuco. Could you imagine? He's coming, like, they're not face-to-face, but this is a standoff, yo.
It's a standoff, and he wasn't even really ready for this. No. This was unbeknownst to him, yo.
Yes. This is some scary stuff because he's really doing this just for his family, and he's not on official business. And yo, whatchamacallit has some heavy artillery, Tuco. It's a miracle that Hank survived. You know what I'm saying? So they got this whole hold on a second. They got this whole shootout going on. And of course we said, you know, Jesse and them, they got their little hiding place and stuff like that. They don't see what's going on, but they hear everything. And eventually we got, what's the name? He hit him in the head with the headshot.
Damn. But that was a good you know, exchange of fire.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good because I actually thought that Tuco was gonna hit him. So I was just into it, and when I realized he pulled up, I said, "Oh shoot, he's not even ready for this. He don't got on no vest. He got that automatic that machine pow. So it's just like, yo, he's not prepared for this. He don't even know this is what this is, and he's off from work. How's this gonna work out?
Right. It's a good thing he got some aim. Okay, that he's trained and everything, because Tuco was reloading. Okay, and he ran out of his stuff. So he was lucky, honestly.
Yeah.
Watch out, Moochie. This person
made
came
me have
back.
so many questions for what's to happen next.
You're such a loser. Wow. Shove a pickle down your throat and choke.
Well, he changed his name.
That is not nice. Yeah, that's not nice for me to say. I'm sorry, Lord. That's why I gotta get off
funny
this
and hammered. Yeah. Their comments are removed. He don't have. He's bored. He don't have a life. Poor thing.
Poor thing.
Poor thing.
So then, what's his name? Walter. He realizes I don't got no minds. Where's AG?
It's just me. AG left.
Oh gosh. All right, no problem. So
don't worry. I see the name. I'll remove it again. I'm not gonna read
But he's putting spoilers,
I don't care. If the name comes up, he's gone.
All right, you better not.
Look. I can take my glasses off. Sorry, Miss K. I got home and didn't see the comment. Oh, thanks,
okay.
boo.
It's okay, baby. So drive safe.
Watch the road.
Yes. So now, like I said, the whole time, they're hiding in a little, whatever that bush, ditch, whatever. It's not a ditch, but they're hiding like behind like tall grass and stuff, so nobody can see them. But they can hear everything. They hear the standoff, they hear the shooting and everything like that. So after everything's all said and done and it's quiet, you hear, Walt can see that it's Hank, and he's like, oh my gosh, that's freaking Hank. And he's like, I'm getting the heck out of here. And Jesse's like, wait, they ain't running that way. I'm like, if anything, you would think you would crawl. You know what I'm saying?
So they're trying to run away from him, though.
Yeah, of course. But I'm saying, like, you would think they would crawl so that Hank don't see them running.
No,
but he was like,
ran because they was scared for their life too.
Yeah, it was like, I'm out of here. So the last scene that we see is Hank standing over Tuco's body, and Uncle Hector rings the bell. Ding, ding, ding. And that was it. So obviously, what's going to happen, right? And I'm not saying this as a spoiler. You should know that, right? This is what I'm thinking. He has to go inside now because he heard a ding, ding, ding.
Yeah,
he has to go inside.
But he can't talk. They didn't run in the house. They ran the opposite way.
Right.
So that gives them enough time to get away. But not that much, because it seemed like they on a dirt road far away in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, he really took them out there. That's crazy. So that's how the episode ends, guys. Excuse me. Now, one thing I do want to mention real quick, Moochie, is the money that Walt left is still in the box of diapers and nobody found it.
I know. I saw that when the son was in there with the baby.
Yes.
I think he was in there changing the baby. I don't know. He was changing the baby, but he was in a room. Not changing the baby. He was in a room doing something.
He was making
the copies for the flyers. That's what he's doing.
Because the baby's not born yet.
Yeah, I know the baby's not born yet, but I meant to say he was in there, but everything's in the baby's room. That's what I mean. That used to be his office, so that's where they making the copies at. So he was making the copies, and then I was like, yo, that diaper box is half open with money sticking out. What ain't even put this away with, like, there's a possibility that somebody might go in this.
Yeah,
I guess that's look, the baby ain't here, so there's no reason to go into this yet.
Not right, not yet. Exactly. It's when you think about it, you would think, oh, somebody's gonna find it, but it's literally like the perfect spot right now because they don't need it.
Right.
So, but when the baby is born, let's say Walter never came back, there's this bunch of money right there. So, but anyway, that was that. So I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me for, I don't want to say getting out of character because, I'm just trying to be a better person, and I don't want to tell people off or curse people out, and like I don't want to give them that energy. You know what I'm saying?
But he kept doing this though. He kept doing this.
Yeah, he kept trying to poke at his sister. You feel me? Yeah. And you know, like I clap back, and I don't want to always do that. I want y'all to
Brooklyn had to come in tonight, right? To take them Timbs off and put them under the desk, okay?
I want to be a good Christian girl, okay? But this K ain't only for K. It's for K-I double. Illa can. No, I'm just playing.
Cause for knock him out the box, that's what that K is for. Not kill him. Knock him out the box. Okay.
Knock him out the box. That's right, baby. Knock him out the box. Or kick him out. Yes, it's my channel and I do what I want. Okay. Be respectful on the live. All right, Moochie, thank you so much. Right, there you go, AG. We're Christians, but don't cross the line.
No,
that's why I got this this shirt that I really like, and it says half hood, half holy, because it's like, come on now.
Look,
stop playing.
That's why I had to say unlace the Timbs and put them under your desk. Put your little furry leopard slippers on, okay? Look, you done laced up the Timbs and everything. You was lacing it up the first 2 times. You was like, all right.
Right.
The last thing was, you know how when you put your Timbs on and you got to do that stump with the 2 feet? Like, boom,
yeah,
boom,
make sure it's
yeah, that's what you just did with it.
Make sure these suckers ain't going.
Yeah, they in there. My feet is in there good. Now we ready to rock and roll.
Ready to stomp. Okay. All my people say. All right, y'all. We about to get up out of here. Oh gosh. I love when you make me laugh. Anyway.
Oh, man.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Those that stuck around and stayed for the whole time. If you are coming back for the replay, I hope you enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. First, I want to ask Moochie, what do you have going on in your channel before we get up out of here?
Well, you know, we were live earlier with Hidden Gems. Tomorrow is Mayor Kingstown. Next week is movie. Well, next week we're gonna be back in full force with the Shy BMF. It's gonna be busy. I'm hitting the ground running tomorrow. So y'all gonna see the trailer breakdown for the Shy. I'm gonna do my last predictions and all of that before it come on. And Friday, I know I will be live definitely with BMF at 10. And I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do my little first thoughts on everything, because also I do know I will be doing interview with a vampire as well. So y'all stay, keep y'all notifications on, have it on. I'm doing shorts, I'm doing everything. Go over there and cast your vote also too, because I want to know what was better, the Patrick Swayze movie, Roll House, the new one, or the old one. That was the comparison. I watched it last night. I just was like, you know what? Let me just jump on here real quick. Just check it out. I had a TikTok a little short and stuff like that. So, all right.
Okay.
That's about it.
Awesome. Make sure you check it out, y'all. So for me, I don't know what time I'm going to go. Listen, I'm going live at midnight on Friday, which is really Saturday morning. Okay. But that slot is going to be for the Shy. So that means that BMF is probably going to go on earlier that day. Or I'm not even going to go live for BMF, and I might do a pre-recorded. I don't know, y'all. But that's how I'm going to work it out, because the Shy owns that 12 midnight slot, because that is the reason why that 12 midnight slot was even born or created, because of the Shy. So I have to give it respect, okay? It takes precedence. It has seniority over all shows at midnight. Okay, so that's how that's gonna go. For my members, you will have the first reaction recap for both of them, the Shy and Breaking Bad, BMF. Okay, and then on Sunday, we are coming back with the crew. No, we're not. We're not coming back with the crew. On Sunday, we will have a pre-recorded premiere of the 3rd annual most horrible mothers, that list. Okay, the TV, how does it go? It's worst mothers in TV and movie history. That's how it is. Sorry, y'all. So it's kind of busy. I'm kind of a little annoyed at myself right now. It's a little busy over here. But it's okay. Okay, we got some stuff going. I do need to put out more things because my schedule is about to change. So please work with me. Anyway, I love you guys. Please make sure you like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't. Hit that notification bell so you know when to upload more videos like this one. Until next time, take care and be blessed. And I'll see you in the next video. For all my mothers, well, Friday's coming. I could wish you happy Mother's Day then. Take care. Bye-bye. J-Mac AG. Let me see who else was in here real quick. Tanette Grayson, Tina, Daria, Michelle Wadler. And that's it. Thank you guys so much. Take care and be blessed. Bye-bye.